Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my channel. I hope you all are doing well. It's Sunday morning, and here I'm going for a walk. I haven't gone to this long walk for a very long time, so as you can see, there is not that many car on the road, so it was such a peaceful time. And right after I came home, kids asked me to make banana bread, so I'm gonna share that recipe with you guys. It is very easy to make and it is such a comforting bread. So first of all, we're gonna start with the dry ingredients. So here I'm taking 1 and 3/4 cup maida, that is the all-purpose flour, and I'm gonna add 3/4 teaspoon salt. Next, I'm gonna add 1.5 teaspoon baking soda, and if you like cinnamon powder, you can always add it like about 1 teaspoon in there. I'm not big fan of cinnamon, especially in the banana bread, so I'm not adding it. But if you like it, you can add it at this point. And now I'm gonna make sure that there is no any lumps in it. So dry ingredients is ready. Now we're gonna take care of the wet ingredients. So for that, first of all, I'm taking 3 medium-sized eggs. Now if you don't eat eggs, you can always take unsweetened applesauce instead of eggs. On this other side, as you can see, I do have 2 banana which I'm gonna mash it first. And my banana was not overly ripe, but if your banana is overly ripe, then that is the perfect time to make the banana bread. I'm gonna whisk the eggs, and next I'm gonna add all this banana into that. And here I'm adding 1.5 cup sugar. Now with this much sugar, it was not overly sweet or it was not like barely there. It was just perfect. And here I'm adding 3/4 cup oil. You can use any kind of oil here. I'm using canola oil. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and mix all this thing properly first. So now in this dry ingredients, I'm gonna add 1/2 cup chopped walnut. Some people do like pecan or the cashew, but I'm not big fan of those two, especially in this bread, so I'm adding walnut. And here I'm adding wet ingredients into the dry ingredients. But as you can see, I'm not adding everything at once. So you do want to add just a little bit and keep mixing it. But you need to be very careful with this, that you don't want to over mix it, because when you over mix it, then the bread will not be fluffy at all. So just add a little bit, keep mixing it until you don't see the flour. So here, as you can see, I do have the oven safe plate which I spray that with the oil, as well as I put the parchment paper in there. So that way, once the bread is done, it will be easy for me to remove. And now I'm going to transfer this mixture into this, and we're going to bake it on 350 degrees for about an hour. Now after 40 minutes or so, you do want to check, so you can either insert the toothpick or the knife and make sure that it's cooked properly. Now if the knife doesn't come clean, then that means inside it's not cooked, but on top you can see that it's getting brown. So in that case, you can just cover this with the aluminum foil and let that stay there for another 10 minutes or so. That way the top will not get too much brown, but the inside will get cooked. And here I'm just adding more walnut on top. This is totally optional. If you don't want it, you don't have to, but I like that crunch on top, so that's the reason I'm adding more walnut on top. So after 45 minutes, warm delicious banana bread is all ready. And with this, I made coffee, but I forgot to show you guys. But combination of coffee and banana bread is perfect. And as you can see here, parchment paper make life so much easier. So I'm gonna keep it like this for about 5 minutes or so, and then I'm gonna cut it and I'll show you how moist and soft it is from inside. So as you can see, this recipe, it is very easy to make, and only thing you need to keep in mind when you bake is that you want to follow the exact measurement, and that's it. So as you can see, the bread looks so moist, soft, and believe me, it tastes so good also. So right after this, I'm gonna see you guys in the garage because I need to set up the salon over there. So come outside, I'll show you what I mean. So now we have hair salon at home. So my husband and kids, their hair is growing so fast and all the salons are closed now. They cannot go anywhere to get their hair cut. So here I set it up everything in the house, and I called my hairdresser to ask if she can come and cut their hair. Nice enough, she said yes, so she should be here any minute. But I set it up everything here in the garage because I don't want to have hair everywhere in the house. So I was like, garage is the perfect place. So I just put the mirror so they can see how she's doing, and this chair, it's revolving, so she can move that chair and all that, and the old bed sheet. So maybe after she's done, I'll just throw everything in the garbage, and that's it. So this is it, guys. This is what we had to do in this kind of crisis, right? So that's the hair salon. So for dinner tonight, I'm making pizza for kids because that's what they are craving for, and I don't want to order it from anywhere. So this is the frozen one. I'm gonna make that for them. And yesterday I made this urad dal, so me and my husband just gonna have this because I do have the leftover, which I don't want to let it go. So I'm just gonna make the paratha to go with it. And this is the situation with the banana bread. As you can see, we just have 5 pieces left, and do try this recipe because as you can see, it is very fluffy, it is moist, and it's not overly sweet at all. So give this a try. And I didn't have the chocolate chips, otherwise you can just put some chocolate chips in there and it tastes so good. So I just had the walnut on hand. Some people do put the cashews and the pecan. I don't like all that. I just like the walnut, so that's what I have there. And definitely, guys, I would say this is the laziest kind of Sunday because all I'm doing right now is watching Film Fair Award. And yeah, so that's how our Sunday is. So here I'm making paratha, so I thought let me share that also with you all because some time ago actually someone asked me how I make my paratha. So this is how my mom used to make it. So I'm gonna do the exact same thing what she used to do. So first of all, I'm gonna roll it and then I'm gonna apply a little bit oil on top of that. And then either you can sprinkle a little bit flour on top of that. If not, just dip it in there, just like how I did it. Fold it again, apply a little bit oil, sprinkle a little bit flour, and then you can roll it either in triangle or circle. So by doing this couple of steps extra will make sure that the paratha will be soft, because even when mom used to make it, I used to question her all the time that why she has to apply oil and flour twice in there. And that's where she told me that if you do that, then the paratha will be softer for longer time, because with some dals and sabji, chapati doesn't go. So that's where we had to make paratha. So if you make it this way, I'm sure your family will love it, because my husband wasn't a big fan of paratha at all before, but ever since I started making this way, now he likes it because it stays soft. So do try this way. And yes, it takes a little bit of time in the beginning, but Believe me guys, it is all worth it. So after a minute or so, as you can see, the bubble is forming. At that point, I'm gonna flip it, and next I'm gonna apply the oil. Now, some people do like ghee, but with the plain paratha like this, I like oil. And I'm just applying oil on one side. If you want, you can apply the oil on both sides. And I'm just gonna press it and make sure it cook all the way and until you don't see those kind of red dots everywhere. And that's it. That means the paratha is cooked properly. So that's it. That's our paratha and urad dal simple dinner is ready. And yes, today I don't have any chash or papad to go with it because actually we were stuffed with that banana bread, so no extra today. And this is the kids' pizza. And as you can see outside, it's gonna rain any time. So before it's get too late, we do want to go for a walk. So we're gonna hurry up, finish eating dinner, and then we'll go out for walk. And yes, this is the Filmfare Award which I was watching. So this is it, friends. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon in my next video. Bye.